rising glow, moving gently through the quiet shapes of early daylight. I lean into the warmth that gathers on the horizon, feeling every subtle shimmer brush along my breathing. There's a calm unfolding rhythm humming near my thoughts, lifting tender fragments of the night that slowly fades. Each gentle resonance circles like a whispered promise, guiding me toward the mellow clarity beneath the morning sky. A delicate pattern forms inside the hush of waking hours, woven from faint echoes floating through the luminous air. I follow the smooth sway, resting on the trembling breeze, letting it soften all the corners where my worries hid. The slow brightening tone unfurls in graceful motion, gliding through my heartbeat with a tranquil amber glow. It paints the quiet with lines of drifting harmony, inviting me to linger in the warmth that slowly deepens. Your distant outline rises like a silhouette of sound, shining through the golden edge of still unbroken daylight. It carries gentle phrasing shaped from soft intention, settling on the morning air like lightly falling color. Every subtle tone you leave becomes a quiet lantern, guiding me across the early path of calm remove. I hold the glow you cast upon my wandering thoughts, carrying it deeper into the shape of waking hours. Now the day opens in a tender sweep of brightness, woven through with mellow rhythms rising from the dawn. I step toward the luminous world that slowly forms, keeping the gentle pulse close against my breathing. Here in this quiet shift between dreaming and becoming, I move beneath the amber line of new beginnings and feel the calm embrace of morning. Steady promise gathers softly around the tender edges of my heart.
Soft golden rays flow gently through the trembling quiet, spreading warmth across the edges of an unbroken morning. I lift my thoughts into the calm unfolding sky, feeling each each mellow glimmer settles softly on my senses. The rhythm drifting underneath the early glow moves with a graceful pulse that stirs my resting heartbeat. It carries hints of gentle stories waiting to be told, woven into tender shapes that shimmer in the silence. A delicate refrain sweeps lightly past my breathing, tinged with shades of amber, rising through the hush. It circles me with lines of smooth and airy harmonies, opening quiet spaces where my wandering thoughts can settle. I follow the warm cadence swirling through the brightness, letting its gentle sway guide me toward new awakenings. Its soft unfolding motion drifts like floating color, painting every moment with a steady, peaceful glow. Like sunlight on the horizon, a warm reflection resting lightly on my memory. It echoes with a gentle sway that brightens every shadow, gliding calmly through the stillness of the morning air. Each tender phrase settles deep within my breathing, binding with a quiet shimmer rising from the dawn. I trace the contours of the sound you leave behind, finding comfort in the golden pulse that guides me. Now the world opens slowly like a blossoming horizon, each line illuminated by the glow of gentle melodies. I step into the amber light that fills the early hours, carrying the soft resonance woven through the air. Within this tender radiance, calmness gathers at my shoulders, drawing me forward with luminous serenity. The day begins in gentle hues of possibility and warmth, held together by the golden rise of morning harmony.
Inside a hush of gentle amber light, where the quiet rises slowly through the pale horizon, carrying the shimmer of a day not yet spoken in the soft unfolding glow. I hear a tender rhythm circle like a promise drifting through the open air. Your distant silhouette appears in fading echoes, and every breath you leave behind becomes a fragile thread that pulls me toward the center of a calm unfolding dawn. flowers, and suddenly the world begins to bloom in soft refrains that sparkle like the quiet of a hopeful dream. Your voice returns inside a distant ringing glow, floating lightly on the rhythm of a slow awakening. I follow every tone you leave suspended in the air, letting them settle softly on the rising colors of the sky. Every note becomes a pathway to the calm within the quiet, and I move with the mellow sway that circles through the morning. If I listen long enough, the world becomes a canvas painted with the subtle pulse of something warm and waiting.
Soft radiance drifts across the gentle edge of waking, carrying a shimmer born from the early rise of morning. I breathe into the tender quiet resting on the horizon, letting its subtle glow ripple through the center of my thoughts. A mellow rhythm unfolds beneath the pale and trembling sky, moving like a delicate stream across the calm within my chest. Its airy pulse invites me toward a brighter field of clarity, where every drifting line of sound becomes a guiding lantern. The hush of dawn expands in smooth, unbroken motion, spreading luminous threads through slowly shifting shadows. I follow the faint cadence circling lightly in the air, letting its gentle sway dissolve the remnants of the night. The warm vibration carries traces of a promise unspoken, a quiet invitation shaped from soft awaking hues. It glides around my breathing with serene, unhurried grace, wrapping my restless pulse in mellow rising comfort. Your distant tone appears like the echo of a golden silhouette, held delicately above the faint horizon's glimmer. It drifts with soft intention through the brightening morning, interlacing memory and sound into fluid radiant shapes. Each phrase you leave behind my senses, lifting the veils of silence with slow unfolding warmth. I linger in the drift of color circling your melody, finding calm where the subtle glow begins to settle. Now the world opens in polished lines of clarity, gathering brightness along the path of waking hours. Ooh, 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 There's a silver shimmer resting on the early horizon, a slender glow that moves like quiet waves across my thoughts. I breathe into the softness drifting through the gentle rays, feeling every muted tone slide easily along my pulse. The world awakens slowly underneath the warming haze, and I hear a soothing rhythm echoing through distant corners. Its mellow steps unwind the fragile knots within my mind and lead me through a delicate refrain of peaceful clarity. In the stillness of the quiet air, gliding past the edges of forgotten recollections, it settles like a feather brushing lightly on my senses, carrying the warmth of gentle phrases shaped in morning colors. I let the graceful cadence gather in the spaces of my breathing, allowing every drifting spark to brighten what was dim. The soft note sways in unison with my wandering thoughts, lifting them like petals through the pale and tender aura. Your echo forms a silhouette of shimmering intention, a gentle outline dancing on the surface of my memory. It moves with the mellow swing of lightly glowing rhythms and glides along the cornice, spreading through the early hours. Every subtle tone you shape becomes a lantern for my heartbeat, guiding me across the quiet sea of new beginnings. I linger in the stillness where your harmony is rising, letting it fill the open air with silver beams of comfort.
Across the early skyline, moving through the pale horizon with softened beams of color. I drift into the smooth unfolding rhythm of the morning, feeling each gentle tone dissolve the final traces of night. Warm reflections ripple across the quiet of my breathing, restoring the calm that settles in the stillness of dawn. The subtle motion of the air begins to lift my senses, carrying tender echoes shaped from tranquil rising glow. A mellow pulse vibrates along the edges of awakening, flowing with graceful intention through the waiting silence. I lean into the drifting brightness gathering in the sky, following where the warm cadence glides with effortless sway. Each curve of sound carries a quiet promise of renewal, spreading through the air with smooth and luminous balance. It calms the inner trembling hidden beneath my thoughts, holding them steady within the serenity of early hours. Your distant melody appears like a soft reflecting halo, hovering lightly over the bright horizon shimmer. It moves Sailing to the tender heart of morning light, I follow your outline drifting through the rising radiance, letting it guide my steps toward vivid tranquil clarity. A faint horizon glimmers through the calm and muted stillness, casting gentle hues of blue across the waking sky. I drift inside the soft unraveling of lingering dreams, feeling their fragile edges melt beneath the early shimmer. A smooth and subtle cadence begins to stir my senses, drawing quiet lines of brightness through the air around me. It rises with a slow and graceful glow of clarity, restoring every hidden place with peaceful trembling light. A mellow pulse gathers in the silence of the dawning, touching each moment with a hint of quiet promise. I follow where the floating harmonies begin to lean in with them into the ease of warm awakening. The gentle sway diffuses through my wandering thoughts, guiding them toward the open field of morning calm. I breathe into the soft dark drifting through the early blue, letting its tender resonance cradle the shifting hours. Your voice appears like a glimmer on the moving horizon, a delicate outline etched against the cool morning glow. It carries the warmth of unspoken recollections, filling the gentle air with threads of soothing color. Each tone you leave becomes an anchor for my breathing, steadying the subtle tremor of my half-awakened pulse. I trace the quiet path your melody unfolds around me, finding refuge in the calm it sets within my thoughts. Slowly the day begins its gradual unfurling, lifting veils of night from every silent corner. I rise inside the spreading hues of tender morning blue, carrying the soft resonance written into the air. Each step I take feels lightly held by drifting brightness, and the world approaches with a gentle invitation. Within this early canvas brushed by tranquil song, I move beneath the serenity that shapes the waking hours.
Soft radiance drifts across the gentle edge of waking, carrying a shimmer born from the early rise of morning. I breathe into the tender quiet resting on the horizon, letting its subtle glow ripple through the center of my thoughts. A mellow rhythm unfolds beneath the pale and trembling sky, moving like a delicate stream across the calm within my chest. Its airy pulse invites me toward a brighter field of clarity, where every drifting line of sound becomes a guiding lantern. The hush of dawn expands in smooth unbroken motion, spreading luminous threads through slowly shifting shadows. I follow the faint cadence, circling lightly in the air, letting its gentle sway dissolve the remnants of the night. The warm vibration carries traces of a promise unspoken, a quiet invitation shaped from soft awaking hues. It glides around my breathing with serene unhurried grace, wrapping my restless pulse in mellow rising comfort. Your distant tone appears like the echo of a golden silhouette, held delicately above the faint horizon's glimmer. It drifts with soft intention through the brightening morning, interlacing memory and sound into fluid radiant shapes. Each phrase you leave behind rests lightly on my senses, lifting the veils of silence with slow unfolding warmth. I linger in the drift of color, circle in your melody, finding calm where the subtle glow begins to settle. There's a golden hush suspended over early quiet, casting warm reflections through the stillness of the dawn. I ease into the tender glow that stretches toward the skyline, letting every subtle glimmer soften the weight of lingering night. A low and mellow rhythm hums beneath the silence, swaying through the morning air with delicate intention. The pulse is smooth, unfolding like a feathered echo, guiding my restless thoughts toward gentle equilibrium. A faint vibration circles through the warm horizon, shaping fragile syllables of calm within my breathing. I lean into the rising shimmer that spreads across the hours, following its graceful movement through the brightening air. Its gentle curves unwind the tangled remnants of the night, illuminating quiet corners with soft expanding color. I step within the tender sweep of glowing resonance. Toward a peaceful center, your distant melody appears like softened sunlight, casting a quiet trail of warmth along my drifting memory. It glides with effortless poise across the trembling brightness, single tender outline. Every phrase you shape becomes a small awakening, nudging open the petals of the slowly stirring morning. I hold the luminous echoes resting on your gentle cadence, letting them gather into steady comfort at my core. Now the day advances in a slow and steady whisper, woven with strands of gold unspooling from the sky. I follow the mellow glow that settles on my shoulders, carrying its warmth into the moment still unformed. Within this quiet rise of luminous serenity, I step through the early veil with softened breath, and as the whisper grows into a brighter harmony, the world opens gently beneath the glow of morning's promise. There's a silver shimmer resting on the early horizon, a slender glow that moves like quiet waves across my thoughts. I breathe into the softness, drifting through the gentle rays,
Feeling every muted tone slide easily along my pulse. The world awakens slowly underneath a warming haze, and I hear a soothing rhythm echoing through distant corners. Its mellow steps unwind the fragile knots within my mind and lead me through a delicate refrain of peaceful clarity. A tender hum rises in the stillness of the quiet air, gliding past the edges of forgotten recollections. It settles like a feather, brushing lightly on my senses, carrying the warmth of gentle phrases shaped in morning color.
Graceful cadence gather in the spaces of my breathing,
Allowing every drifting spark to brighten what was dim.
the soft lilt sways in unison with my wandering thoughts,
Lifting them like petals through the pale and tender aura. Your echo forms a silhouette of shimmering intention, a gentle outline dancing on the surface of my memory. It moves with the mellow swing of lightly glowing rhythms and glides along the calmness spreading through the early hours. A faint and airy glow emerges through the quiet morning, lifting slender beams of light across the softened horizon. I breathe into the gentle motion traveling through the dawn, letting each mellow shimmer settle through the center of my pulse.
The subtle curve of rhythm forms beneath the pale sky, moving like a quiet river through the silence of early hours.
Its serene vibration unwinds the remnants of forgotten dreams, guiding my drifting thoughts toward peaceful awakening. A delicate hum expands through the warmth of rising color, spreading smooth reflections across the open breath of day.
I follow the graceful arc woven through the tranquil stillness, allowing its soft sway to cradle the edges of my senses.
Like a sunlit feather, touching the air with gentle threads of luminous calm.
I move within the serene unfolding, shaped by quiet resonance, breathing slowly
into the glow
that gathers on the horizon.
Your voice arrives like a glistening outline of morning hue, carried lightly by the mellow swing beneath the sky.
It glides
with subtle rhythm along the shimmering brightness, intertwining memory with the tender warmth of awakening. Each note you cast forward gathers into radiant symmetry, resting softly on the shifting surface of my thoughts.
I follow the
luminous path drawn from your gentle cadence, finding steady comfort
within its tranquil guiding light.
Soft currents drift beneath the pale and rising glow, moving gently through the quiet shapes of early daylight. I lean into the warmth that gathers on the horizon, feeling every subtle shimmer brush along my breathing. There's a calm unfolding rhythm humming near my thoughts, lifting tender fragments of the night that slowly fades. Each gentle resonance circles like a whispered promise, guiding me toward the mellow clarity beneath the morning sky. A delicate pattern forms inside the hush of waking hours, woven from faint echoes floating through the luminous air. I follow the smooth sway resting on the trembling breeze, letting it soften all the corners where my worries hid. The slow brightening tone unfurls my heartbeat with a tranquil amber glow. It paints the quiet with lines of drifting harmony, inviting me to linger in the warmth that slowly deepens. Your distant outline rises like a silhouette of sound, shining through the golden edge of still unbroken daylight. It carries gentle phrasing shaped from soft intention, settling on the morning air like lightly falling color. Every subtle tone you leave becomes a quiet lantern, guiding me across the early path of calm renewal. I hold the glow you cast upon my wandering thoughts, carrying it deeper into the shape of waking hours. Now the day opens in a tender sweep of brightness, woven through with mellow rhythms rising from the dawn. I step toward the luminous world that slowly forms, keeping the gentle pulse close against my breathing. Here in this quiet shift between dreaming and becoming, I move beneath the amber line of new beginnings and feel the calm embrace of morning. Steady promise gathers softly around the tender edges of my heart.
Soft golden rays flow gently through the trembling quiet, spreading warmth across the edges of an unbroken morning. I lift my thoughts into the calm unfolding sky, feeling each mellow glimmer settle softly on my senses. The rhythm drifting underneath the early glow moves with a graceful pulse that stirs my resting heartbeat. It carries hints of gentle stories waiting to be told, woven into tender shapes that shimmer in the silence. A delicate refrain sweeps lightly past my breathing, tinged with shades of amber rising through the hush. It circles me with lines of smooth and airy harmonies, opening quiet spaces where my wandering thoughts can settle. I follow the warm cadence swirling through the brightness, letting its gentle sway guide me toward new awakenings. Its soft unfolding motion drifts like floating color, painting distant tone appears like sunlight on the horizon, a warm reflection resting lightly on my memory. It echoes with a gentle sway that brightens every shadow, gliding calmly through the stillness of the morning air. Each tender phrase settles deep within my breathing, binding with the quiet shimmer rising from the dawn. I trace the contours of the sound you leave behind, finding comfort in the golden pulse that guides me. Now the world opens slowly like a blossoming horizon, each line illuminated by the glow of gentle melodies. I step into the amber light that fills the early hours, carrying the soft resonance woven through the air. Within this tender radiance, calmness gathers at my shoulders, drawing me forward with luminous serenity. The day begins in gentle hues of possibility and warmth, held together by the golden rise of morning harmony. Soft radiance drifts across the gentle edge of waking, carrying a shimmer born from the early rise of morning. I breathe into the tender quiet resting on the horizon, letting its subtle glow ripple through the center of my thoughts. A mellow rhythm unfolds beneath the pale and trembling sky, moving like a delicate stream across the calm within my chest. Its airy pulse invites me toward a brighter field of clarity, where every drifting line of sound becomes a guiding lantern. The hush of dawn expands in smooth, unbroken motion, spreading luminous threads through slowly shifting shadows. I follow the faint cadence circling lightly in the air, letting its gentle sway dissolve the remnants of the night. The warm vibration carries traces of a promise unspoken, a quiet invitation shaped from soft awakening music, glides around my breathing with serene unhurried grace, wrapping my restless pulse in mellow rising comfort. Your distant tone appears like the echo of a golden silhouette, held delicately above the faint horizon's glimmer. It drifts with soft intention through the brightening morning, interlacing memory and sound into fluid, radiant shapes. Each phrase you leave behind rests lightly on my senses, lifting the veils of silence with slow unfolding warmth. I linger in the drift of color, circling your melody, finding calm where the subtle glow begins to settle. There's a silver shimmer resting on the early horizon, a slender glow that moves like quiet waves across my thoughts.
I breathe into the softness, drifting through the gentle rays, feeling every muted tone slide easily along my pulse. The world awakens slowly underneath the warming haze, and I hear a soothing rhythm echoing through distant corners. Its mellow steps unwind the fragile knots within my mind and lead me through a delicate refrain of peaceful clarity. A tender hum rises in the stillness of the quiet air, gliding past the edges of forgotten recollections. It settles like a feather, brushing lightly on my senses, carrying the warmth of gentle phrases shaped in morning colors. I let the graceful cadence gather in the spaces of my breathing, allowing every drifting spark to brighten what was dim. The soft lilt sways in unison with my wandering thoughts, lifting them like petals through the pale and tender aura. A gentle outline dancing on the surface of my memory. It moves with the mellow swing of lightly glowing rhythms and glides along the calmness, spreading through the early hours. Every subtle tone you shape becomes a lantern for my heartbeat, guiding me across the quiet sea of new beginnings. I linger in the stillness where your harmony is rising, letting it fill the open air with silver beams of comfort. the bright horizon shimmer. It moves with gently carved refrains of golden resonance, tracing glowing paths across the calm inside my breathing. Every tone you shape becomes a breath of warm intention, settling quietly into the tender heart of morning light. I follow your outline, drifting through the rising radiance, letting it guide my steps toward vivid tranquility. A faint horizon glimmers through the calm and muted stillness, casting gentle hues of blue across the waking sky. I drift inside the soft unraveling of lingering dreams, feeling their fragile edges melt beneath the early shimmer. A smooth and subtle cadence begins to stir my senses, drawing quiet lines of brightness through the air around me. It rises with the slow and graceful glow of clarity, restoring every hidden place with peaceful trembling light. Mellow pulse gathers in the silence of the dawning, touching each moment with a hint of quiet promise. I follow where the floating harmonies begin to lean, leaning with them into the ease of warm awakening. The gentle sway diffuses through my wandering thoughts, guiding them toward the open field of morning calm. I breathe into the soft dark, drifting through the early blue, letting its tender resonance cradle the shifting hours. Your voice appears like a glimmer on the moving horizon, a delicate outline etched against the cool morning glow. It carries the warmth of unspoken recollections, filling the gentle air with threads of soothing color. Each tone you leave becomes an anchor for my breathing, steadying the subtle tremor of my half-awakened pulse. I trace the quiet path your melody unfolds around me, finding refuge in the calm it sets within my thoughts. Slowly the day begins its gradual unfurling, lifting veils of night from every silent corner. I rise inside the spreading hues of tender morning blue, carrying the soft resonance written into the air. Each step I take feels lightly held by drifting brightness, and the world approaches with a gentle invitation. Within this early canvas brushed by tranquil song, I move beneath the serenity that shapes the waking hours.
faint and airy glow emerges through the quiet morning, lifting slender beams of light across the softened horizon. I breathe into the gentle motion traveling through the dawn, letting each mellow shimmer settle through the center of my pulse.
The subtle curve of rhythm forms beneath the pale sky, moving like a quiet river through the silence of early hours.
Its serene vibration unwinds the remnants of forgotten dreams,
Guiding my drifting thoughts toward peaceful awakening. A delicate hum expands through the warmth of rising colors, spreading smooth reflections across the open breath of day.
I follow the graceful arc woven through the tranquil stillness, allowing its soft sway to
Cradle the edges of my senses.
Every faint refrain drifts like a sunlit feather, touching the air with gentle threads of luminous calm. I move within the serene unfolding, shaped by quiet resonance, breathing slowly into the glow that gathers on the horizon. Your voice arrives like a glistening outline of morning hue, carried lightly by the mellow swing beneath the sky.
It glides with subtle rhythm along the shimmering brightness, intertwining memory with the tender warmth of awakening.
Each note you cast forward gathers into radiant symmetry,
Resting softly on the shifting surface of my thoughts.
I follow the luminous path drawn from your gentle cadence,
Finding